Okay, this is my Kickstarter video. Since the last time I made videos, since my last batch of videos, I was having some hard drive issues, and I was able to I finally got a portable external hard drive. You know, they did. It's this one. This is the slim model. Look at that, very slim. But this thing holds like 2 terabytes of data. It's made by, look at the logo. That's Seagate, if I'm remembering that correctly. They also made the external hard drive I use on my Xbox. So I put in like everything in my download folder onto this thing, and it wasn't even like 25% of like the storage capacity of this thing. It was like maybe 12%. That was amazing, and it freed up like so much space on my internal hard drive, so I can start making videos again. So this is like the second video I've filmed since then. This is the second video I filmed, and this is going to be the Kickstarter video. I've had a few Kickstarters come in that I've pledged for come in since the last time. There's 4 games here, and I'm gonna talk to you about them. First up, you may have heard about this. It's called Spire's End. This comes in this small box shaped like that. This is a card game. It's the things you use to track certain things. It's a solo or cooperative up to 2 players. These are like the special dice for it. These are little action cards. These are all in sleeves. These little sleeves I got that were add-ons during the Kickstarter campaign. And these are the other dice. The other set of dice. These are D8s. Come with the game. And this is the game. This is the game itself. These cards, they're all numbered. They're all numbered on the back, and they're numbered on the front. They're all numbered on the backs and the front, spare. It's like you draw a card. The first card tells you the premise of the game, and then the second card begins the story. Down at the bottom there, it tells you it tells you to read the instructions to the game, and that's when you read the instructions, and then you go on this whole adventure. I'm not gonna show you all the cards because, again, that's how the story is conveyed. The story is conveyed through the cards. Now, how it works is Now how it works is you play the game, and you'll get, and every once in a while you'll get an opportunity. You'll be presented with 3 paths in the game. You'll be presented with 3 or more paths, and then you have to choose. What path you want to go on, and you'll be, and then it'll tell you like which card number you go to in the deck. Like you want to choose. It's like you want to choose path number 1, then go to card 8, or it'll be like go to card, if you're number 2, then go to card 9. If you want to choose number 3, go to card 10. So it's basically like a choose your own adventure, like a choose your own adventure game. Spider's End. This is the entire game. There will be no expansions to this game. This is it. The creator has come out and said that. I think it's already said that there will be no expansions to this game. This is it. It's a pretty good game. It's like you're given hero characters that you play through the game. Those hero characters during a fight can die. They can die pretty easily, and when one character dies, they do not come back. You have to move on to another character. So be careful. You can't play this with 2 players, or you can play it by yourself. It's good. It's a good game. I choose to play that. I play that by myself. There is because you're using a standard D8, you can use basically any D8 you want. I saw a video where a guy talking about this was playing this game. He said he had to start using a different D8 than what was in the game because the dice that came with the game are cursed. So he had to use a different D8 than what was in the box, because he said those were cursed. It's a good game. It's like choose your own adventure. It's a one massive deck of cards. You choose your own adventure as you go through. There are plenty of opportunities to be killed, and then once you get to like the later on into the game, you can die. You can choose a wrong path, and choosing that path may kill you. You got some crazy. I've seen when I was putting the sleeves on the cards. I wasn't reading anything, but I saw like the pictures that came with the deaths, and I was like, damn, man, that's messed up. The artwork, it's this, because they only use like 3 colors. They use black, white, and red for the entire thing. Maybe there may be some gray in there, but that's about it. The artwork is very good, especially with the hero characters. Get the game if you want to see that. I think the choice of using just 3 colors primarily it's a bold choice, but it works for that game. It says there's not going to be any expansions or anything like that. So, like once you buy the game, that's it. You don't have to put out You won't have to like shell out more money, to keep playing the game. This game has plenty of replayability, especially if you get to like halfway through the game, you chose the wrong path and you died. You can play it again, choose a different path. Choose a different path to see where that leads you. It's pretty. Most tabletop games don't have replayability like that. So, that's pretty good. Second up is this game, Moonrakers. This is I'm not sure if this is in retail or not, but if you do try to go pick up this game, the box will not look like this. The box will look different, because this is the Kickstarter exclusive box that I got. Like, you could only get this during the Kickstarter campaign. You could only get this box through the Kickstarter campaign. It's not going to be. You're not going to be able to see this on retail. If it is in retail, I don't know. Pretty good. I have read the rules for this one. It's like, it goes up to 5 players. You see that on the front. There's 5 ships. So this goes up to 5 players. 2 to 5. Because you can't play this. If you play this solo, you're not going to have any fun with it. It's going to be boring. Because 5 ships, you're all competing against each other for recognition and contracts. So how it works, you have your ship. You get like a board that has like an outline of your ship on it. It has your ship on it, and you have to buy parts for your ship so you can go out and do the contracts. You go out, you do your contracts, you get paid, and then you buy better ship parts. You buy better crew members, because crew members will help you out. Crew members can help you out on your contracts, and then as you complete contracts, you go up like a prestige track or a recognition track, and then I guess the first person to make it there wins. Do contracts, get money, buy parts, buy crew, go on better contracts. It's pretty cool. I think what's cool, but the other cool thing about this particular game is that this is the rule book. This is the rule book here. It's a very well designed rule book. Put that right there. And this also came with a comic. Helps set up the story. The artwork in this comic is very good. Very good artwork. These are the boards. That's the prestige track there. This is one of these is the bank, and where all the cards go. And these are your ship boards. These are your player boards for your ship. Each ship has its very own unique design, as you can tell here. And they all have 4 slots for their parts. Also in the box came a little advertisement for the company's next game called Veiled Fate. Yeah, it went on Kickstarter back in October. So you probably missed by the time I recorded this. It's like you probably missed it. It's not. I would have like backed that, but it was like, nah, it's too much money. I can't afford that right now. Here are the coins. These are metal coins. That was one of the stretch goals. That was one of the stretch goals for the Kickstarter campaign, was getting metal coins. And here are the little the little plastic parts for the ship, for your ships to go up the track. That's how you keep track. These are basically like the prestige trackers. Let's see, these are, I believe these are ship parts. Ship parts for the ships. They all kind of have like this. It's the artwork. Work on that. Man, there's like so much more stuff that comes with this game that I can't remember. Like ship parts. There are, it's like things that could happen during a contract that could make the contract more difficult to complete. If not possible to complete. The quality of these boards is very good. Very good quality. The box is very well designed. It the game packs away very good. Very good, very easily. Getting the components, in and out of the box is not difficult. It's like very easy. It takes like 2 seconds, which is going to be a sentiment that I will not be able to share with one other game in this video. I'll let you know when we get to it. There it is. Moonrakers. It's a very good game. If it's in retail, check it out. I think you and your friends will have fun with that. Next up, this game has a history. It has like some history with it. This is Evil Dead 2, the board game. This game almost didn't come out. Yeah, like the first, look at that first part, that was a slip cover. This is the actual cover of the box. This may be on retail again, I don't know. It's amazing. This game was previously on Kickstarter from another company. I don't know what company. It was on Kickstarter. They got the funding, but the company, they got the funding, they got the money from the Kickstarter. The company had some trouble, and the company went under, and they weren't able to finish the game. And a lot of people got pissed off at that because, you know, they didn't get their game. They had the money, but they didn't get their game. Well, another company came in. They picked up the rights to the game, started their own Kickstarter, and told everybody that, hey, if you backed that previous Kickstarter to get this game, like, we're going to honor that. We're going to honor that. And all you people from the original Kickstarter are going to get your games. I'm like, well, that's pretty damn cool. Because they did not have to do that. They could have came with this from, like, another game the company made. And on the back of that is this. Like, they didn't have to do that. They could have been like, yeah, all you people who kickstarted this game originally, well, you're gonna have to kickstart it again if you want a game. Sorry, you know, they could have done that. They didn't, and I think that's pretty cool. This game also came with this. Came with this game card of Ash. From, I guess, this game. If that's a game, I don't know. So they're like, hey, here's an exclusive character for this other game. I don't know if it's a game or not. I never heard of it. I'll probably look into it, see if it's any good. This is I love this. Like, I love how they put the Necronomicon face on the rule book. The only thing that would have made this rule book even cooler if it looked like the Necronomicon. Like, you open up this box and there's like this big like big book that's like very reminiscent of the Necronomicon. But that probably would have made the game cost like way too much money. And this is what's cool about what's this? Oh, that's just a thing separating the components from the board. This is the board. It's like it's the cabin, obviously. I mean, what else would it be? It's the cabin. It's the cabin. So this is a miniatures game, so the price was kind of up there. This is a reference board. Every player gets one. Reference boards. Like, every player gets like one of these. So there's multiples. cards here. It's a miniatures game, so the price is up there. So keep that in mind if you want to look for this on Kickstarter. If you want to look, if you want to look for this in retail, this is a miniatures game. So the miniature, the fact that it's a miniature game, the price is going to be up there. These are this. Look at this. That's the tree miniature from the game. That's pretty cool. And then the second one I'm going to show you is the head. It's the head coming through the door. Look at that. If if anyone here has seen Evil Dead 2, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what this is. You know, they're tokens. Now, the whole point of this game is that you and your friends, you know, there's Ash, you know, like Evil Dead. In the original Evil Dead 1, like, you and your friends go out into a cabin, and then they all slowly got possessed and then killed, and they all died. They had to die because they had to get killed because they were possessed. There was unfortunately no way around it. These are your Deadite miniatures. Your Deadite miniatures. In this box are the character miniatures. I'm not going to fish them out, but they're in there. So, you know, they're all... Okay, as I was saying, they were all slowly getting possessed. They all slowly get possessed, and one by one, until they're all dead. And if you remember the movie, the last one left was Ash. Yeah, last one left was Ash. He... You know, and at the end of the movie, he goes back in time. Then you, now in the game, it's you and your friends, all this shit starts happening. You go through the cabin, and you have to go out, and sometimes you have to venture out of the side of the cabin into the woods to retrieve pages of the Necronomicon, so you can all stop this from happening. Now the problem with that is that if you go out there ill prepared, you will be attacked by Deadites, and if you don't have like the necessary equipment, you will be killed or possessed. Now, if you get possessed, you become a bad version of your character, and then I think you go after. Now you're working with the Deadites. Now you're on the Deadite side, and you have to go after all of the other players. And I think that's pretty cool that they did that, because it could have been like, you could have just gotten Because they could have just had it be like, you got possessed, so you're out of the game. That's pretty cool. I thought that was like a pretty cool mechanic to be like, okay, you're possessed, now you gotta go kill your friends. I have not played this one yet. I have a ton of games. Okay. This is Evil Dead 2. Go check that out. If it's on retail, go check it out. And they are releasing, like more stuff for this game. That's not it. That's not all of it. There's more stuff coming out for this game. I think if I remember correctly, it just got released. It just got released and they're shipping it out like right now for everybody who's on the Kickstarter for that. So that's more stuff coming for Evil Dead 2. Okay, moving on. This next game is called Gatefall. It's a 2-player, I believe it's 2-player. It might be more, I'm not sure. 2-player game. Now this says Chapter 1, if you can see that. Chapter 1, Fantasy versus Post-Apocalyptic. So you get like all these miniatures. Well, not all these miniatures. There's like a ton of miniatures in this game. It's about 6 miniatures that come with the base game. Look at this. These are the miniatures. They're big. They're very well sculpted. Tons of detail. You get, and there's like fantasy characters, and there are fantasy characters and post-apocalyptic characters. The big dude at the top, I believe, is an orc. That's great. In this box, I am not going to pull anything out of this box because, like I said earlier about a certain thing with the box, and when I was talking about Moonrakers, I pulled all this stuff out to look at it. It looked really cool. Alright, so I pulled all this stuff out to look at it. Yeah, after I pulled all this stuff out and tried to pack it back in, I had a very difficult time trying to get everything back into the box and being able to close the box. I thought that was kind of weird. It took me about 15 minutes to figure it out. But there is a deck of cards that comes with this game that I was able to get everything else in here and it worked, but I had to leave the deck of cards out of the box because I couldn't get the miniatures. I couldn't get this big thing of miniatures here to lie flat. And I was like, that's so weird that doesn't work. Like, I can't. So then I had to leave that out. I had to leave the deck of cards out. And I'm going to show you where I ended up having to put that deck of cards. Because it's another component of the game. Just give me 1 second here. This is the other deck of cards is in this box. This is Kickstarter exclusive. These are Kickstarter exclusive characters. One fantasy, one post-apocalyptic. Came with the game if you were on the Kickstarter. Basically, you get the 2 figures, you get their character boards, and also you get ghost tokens, which is like a whole nother, I guess, another mechanic with the game. And the deck of cards that came with this game, are in this box, which is why I'm not opening this box. But you can expect the same level of craftsmanship on those 2 figures as you saw on the other figures. They did good work with the minis, if you can call them minis. Those things are huge. And there is an expansion being made that will be released for Gatefall, coming out February. Excuse me. It's coming out in February next year. I think there's like something of the Northwood. So I guess they're fantasy characters. I think they're all fantasy characters that are going to come out with that, and they're probably after that they're probably going to start the Kickstarter campaign for more post-apocalyptic characters. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to. I'm not sure exactly how it's working with the release. But it looks like it's going to be a fun game. You get like a board that has like it's fantasy on one side, it's fantasy, and on one side it's post-apocalyptic, and then like the characters fight each other. There are character boards for each character in that game. Each character has their own character board. Has a life counter, has a health counter on the bottom, and I think and stuff, and then on the character board, like every character board on any game, it tells you what the character can do. So that's excuse me. So that's pretty cool with that game. It's a very good game. It's a very cool game. It's a very cool game, very well made. The expansion, if you're on the Kickstarter, or if you caught it in time, you could have pledged for the expansion, and you get like, and you know how Kickstarter works, you get updates and everything. The character sculpts on the Kickstarter for the expansion those look good too. They look like they're gonna be pretty good. So I'm not sure if that's on retail or not. It may be, may not be. I'm not sure. If it is on retail, check that out. If it's on retail, check it out. When the expansion comes out in February, check that out. So, those are the 4 games I wanted to show you. Hopefully this video isn't too long. Games right now that I think are going to be coming out soon. There's the Chronicles of Crime, the Millennium series. I backed that like a year and a half ago. That's going to be coming out. I think that's coming out soon. There's I don't know if you guys, I don't know if how plugged into board gaming tabletop news you are, but there was one called Relic Knights a while back. That was the first Kickstarter that I ever backed. That company had some major problems, and after taking everybody's money for the campaign, said that the game's not coming out because we've run into financial problems. That then about 4 or 5 months ago, they had released a product that they were selling to people, and they had announced on Kickstarter that the sale of the products have stabilized the company, and they were going to release Relic Knights 2nd edition. I don't like, after that update, we got one more update of them showing off what the cards were going to look like for that game, and we haven't seen anything since then. So, which makes me think that either they're still working on it, or they've probably ran out of money and won't be releasing the game. I don't know. When the game didn't release the month it was supposed to release, and then a year later it still didn't release, it was like I was done with them. Like, at this point, I don't care. Like, you came on Kickstarter, you tried to do something and you didn't do it, so me and you were done. Me and you were done. I don't care anymore. I think that may be the same sentiment for a lot of people, because a lot of people backed that game and it never came out. At this point, I don't think anybody's actually expecting them to release the game, because I'm not. So let's so never mind with them. So those are the 4 games. Got them all on Kickstarter. All 4 games are great games, especially Spire's End. That's probably like the most unique game out of the 4 games. So what else? Millennial, the Chronicles of Crime, Relic Knight, whatever, and I don't think there's anything else that's coming out. Oh well, yeah, I'm waiting on shipment news. They haven't released an update for it yet of Shovel Knight, the game, the tabletop game. I'm waiting on that. I'm waiting on some news of that. I haven't heard any news yet. Still waiting, and a couple other games that I can't remember right now. But they look. Shovel Knight looks like it's going to be good. If you ever played the video game, they did I think they've done like a really good job of replicating the video game and translating it to tabletop. Like, most people can't do that. So, okay, with that, see ya. Leave a like, leave a comment, something, or don't. See you.